The role of Chris Booth is temporarily being played by Marsh Mokhtari.
You're under arrest for burglary and attempted murder.
Hey, look, you got the wrong man, amigo. I didn't rob Casa Crane. I sure as hell didn't plug your mama.
Lying scum.
Hey, sticks and stones, bro. All right? Besides, I got an alibi when all this stuff went down.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you don't. Your own wife here just said that she didn't see you at the fair.
Hey, look, I'm innocent, okay? I'm telling you.
You're guilty. Well, you're guilty as hell, and you know what? So is your accomplice.
Accomplice?
Yeah. Well, obviously you had someone help you break into the mansion. You're too stupid to have done it by yourself.
Oh, really? Who you calling stupid, man?
And guess what? I'm gonna find out whoever it was. You're both going down.
Hey, man, you can't find someone that doesn't exist, okay? All right? Besides, there's no gun, no loot, nothing to tie me to the robbery or the shooting.
Hey, guess what?
Let's lighten up.
We'll find both. Don't you worry about that. What you looking at? You hiding something?
How can I be, huh? I'm innocent.
Huh. But you stashed whatever it was you stole from the mansion over there, huh?
Good dream on. Cheap.
Wow. This looks like this is gonna be easier than I thought. Nothing like a bunch of loot to tie you to my mother's shooting.
Hey, I know you're worried sick about your mom. But I think she's strong, like you. I think she's gonna be all right.
When you say that for some reason, I believe it. Thanks for being here with me.
You can't stand to watch them kiss, can you? Ethan, look, you need to make a decision here. Okay, who do you want to be with? Do you want to be with me, or do you want to be with Teresa? You need to make up your mind right now, because I cannot take you running to Teresa's side anymore.
Teresa needed help tonight. Pilar almost died, Gwen.
Ethan, I think you need help, okay? Because it is not normal for you to keep rushing to rescue Teresa from one mess after another while you're married to me.
Gwen, it's not,
No,
look, it's
no. I'm serious. You need to either get help, get over Teresa, or we need to get a divorce, because I have absolutely had my fill of this garbage. Teresa has Jared now. She does not need you to rescue her anymore. You don't need to rescue her anymore unless you want to, which means I don't want to be married to you. So you need to make up your mind once and for all here. Who do you want to be with? Do you want to be with me, or do you want to be with Teresa? Look, Ethan, I need an answer. Do you want to be with me or with Teresa? Well, gee, this is just great. So glad to know that choosing between your wife and another woman is such an easy decision for you. You know, if I actually put all my self-worth in you, I'd be suicidal right now. The fact that you would even consider being with Teresa after all the horrible things she's done to us is crazy. It's actually really creepy, Ethan. She cost us our daughter, our unborn son. She threw herself at you so many times that you had to leave Crane. Then she blackballed you from every other law firm in the country, so you couldn't get a job anywhere else and would be forced to go crawling back to her. How on earth you could love such an emasculating shrew is beyond me, but you know what? You want to be with her? Go be with her. But you need to decide right now, or I'm going to decide for you, and I'm going to file for divorce first thing in the morning. You know what, this is crazy. I'm gonna leave, okay? Because I can't take this anymore. Ethan, I'm so sick of being second best. I deserve to be with a man who loves me as much as I love him, a man who makes me happy and not crazy.
Wait a minute, wait. Don't leave.
I shouldn't have kissed you before.
What's that?
Because we just agreed to start over. I shouldn't have been so presumptuous.
Well, I didn't think it was too presumptuous. Thought it was sweet. Like you.
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad we got back together in time for me to be here for you.
I am too.
You know, whenever you're ready, I'd be happy to walk you home.
Well, my mom's sleeping now, so I don't think there's anything more I can do for her tonight.
No. I'm sure if there's any change in the condition, the hospital will call you.
I'm just gonna let the duty nurse know that I'm going home, and thanks again for offering to take me, because I'm just a little too tired to wait for my ride.
Well, I'm here for you, Tess. Just lean on me.
Thank you.
Hopefully the gun Spike used to shoot Pilar will be in there. Proof that he's an attempted murderer.
Now, proof or not, Spike is a menace to everybody in Harmony.
Damn it. Okay, you see? And I told you that I was innocent. You gotta uncuff me here.
No, I don't think I do, because I'm not buying your innocent act. See, I know that you robbed the mansion and that you shot my mother when she surprised you. And guess what? I'm not gonna stop until I prove it.
You can't prove what didn't happen.
Oh, yeah?
All right? Besides, I was at the fair when all that stuff went down.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad you just lost your alibi, because Jessica said she didn't see you at the fair.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I made a mistake, all right? Yeah. I thought I saw Jess, but I didn't, right? And that doesn't even matter because she's not my alibi. Chris is. He saw me at the fair.
Did you see Spike at the fair?
Well, go on, Chris. Tell me about when you saw me at the fair. We even spoke. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. I saw Spike at the fair.
Saw Spike at the fair, huh? Why didn't you say something sooner?
Well, to be honest, I forgot. With all else that happened tonight. You know, what with the dance contest and all. It just slipped my mind. But Spike's right. I did see him at the fair. He was eating a hot dog, and we spoke very briefly.
A hot dog? Huh. So what'd you guys talk about?
Mainly the weather.
Oh, told you.
Spike promised Daddy he wouldn't do anything illegal now that we're married. Chris just proved that Spike kept his word. Someone else robbed the Cranes and shot your mother.
Not necessarily. Now, how long ago was it that you say you were at the fair?
2.5, 3 hours ago.
The same time Pilar was shot.
You see, so there's no way I'm your perp.
Oh, there's a way. There's a way. Just haven't figured it out yet.
Why don't you just give it a rest? You heard the man. I was at the fair when your mama got plugged, okay? You can't keep blaming me for something I didn't do.
Spike's right.
You sure about that, huh? Sure you saw Spike at the fair?
Yeah. Spike couldn't have robbed the mansion or shot your mother. He was at the fair at the time.
Hey, don't you see, Officer Luis? Hey, I'm an innocent victim in all of this. Just like your mom.
This is it. Home, sweet home. What do you think?
It's pretty small. Maybe put a couple additions on, a few wings, you know.
Yeah. Cranes believe bigger is better, so.
It's definitely big. You could land a helicopter in here.
Yeah, you could. Or the heliport is actually out back off the golf course.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Sorry, how middle class of me. But really, for a monument to money, it would be a great place to call home.
I try to make it livable, you know. The Cranes think of this place as a cross between a mausoleum and a museum. The concept of home is completely alien to them, but I refuse to raise my son in a place where he can't put his feet up on the sofa, you know. Even so, little Ethan and I spend a lot of time at my mother's house, and that way he understands that not everyone grows up in a mansion with a living staff and limos and horses and all this stuff.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thanks. It's really hard, you know, finding the right balance, so. You know, as Alistair's heir, little Ethan's gonna inherit all this one day, so I do want him to understand and appreciate the finer things in life, but I don't want him to be consumed with possessing them.
Yeah. You're a heck of a mom, Tess.
I try, Jared.
Oh. I feel even more like an idiot.
Why?
Well, because I thought you were a liar and a schemer. And I realized that all this was for your home, your family, your little boy. And you did all by just keeping it real.
I'm glad you understand. I mean, that's why I wanted to make sure that you liked being with me for me and not for all this.
Well, decisions. Do I kiss this beautiful, priceless antique vase? Or maybe I kiss you?
I vote for me.
Yeah, me too. You know, I heard the vase is a pretty bad kisser.
Why don't you get a room, Teresa? There's a young child in the house.
Julian, don't start with me. Especially considering the way you and Rebecca used to carry on your own sex games in this house.
Insatiable Rebecca.
Instead of Julian and Rebecca keeping their sexual fantasies in private, they treated this home like an amusement park, complete with donkey rides.
Leave Edgar out of this. Rebecca got the poor beast in the divorce settlement, you know, which really has nothing to do with the fact that the two of you were almost coupling here in the living room mere hours after the house was burglarized and your poor mother was shot.
You'll have to excuse Julian, Jared. He gets this way when he's had too much to drink.
I am perfectly lucid, dear. If I seem testy, it's because whoever burglarized this place made off with absolute stacks of money. Among other things, I've made a list of everything that's missing right here, and Crane Security is yet to dust for fingerprints upstairs, so I don't want you touching anything when you two go up there.
You know, Julian, do I need to remind you that I am in charge and I decide whether Crane Security investigates what happened tonight or not?
My God, your mother was just shot. I mean, I would think that you'd want to do everything possible to bring the culprit to justice.
I do. And with my brother investigating, I'm sure there'll be an arrest, and soon.
Oh, yes. Well, even so, you see, there are some very sensitive files that are missing, and I want them back before the police get their hands on them.
Have you been doing Crane business behind my back, Julian?
These documents have nothing to do with you, my dear. They pertain to certain activities my father and I conducted before you joined our happy little family.
I'm trying to improve the Crane image. How am I supposed to do that when I don't know what Alistair had you do to blacken it in the first place?
Oh, you're going to run damage control as well as running the company. I think that's just wonderful, dear. It'll give me more time to spend with our son. In fact, I'm taking him to the Red Sox game tomorrow in Boston.
No, you're not.
Really? Why is that?
Because I forbid it.
We'll see about that.
Look, listen to me. I'm sorry. Took so long for me to answer you just now.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure deciding between an apple and a plantain can't be easy.
Gwen, I wasn't debating whether to choose between you or Teresa. I made that decision a long time ago when I chose you.
You know I want to believe that. I mean, I really, really want to believe that. But I can't.
It's the truth.
So you keep telling me every time I force you to decide between me and Teresa. But the bigger question is why I need to keep asking you in the first place.
Honey, I've told you this before. Teresa is Jane's biological mother. I cannot help but feel connected to her in that way.
Please, okay? You and I both know it's about so much more than that. My God, Teresa and I have been battling for you for what, 8 years? Well, it feels more like 1,000, and I can't do this anymore. I mean, I really can't do it. It needs to stop, and you need to stop it. You need to make a clean break with Teresa, but I'm not sure that you can.
I know that I've made you have doubts in the past, and I am sorry, but Teresa's not my future. You and Jane are.
Okay, well then what about Teresa, right? She says that she's moving on, and maybe she actually is trying. But something always comes up, some emergency. She needs your help. She needs your help with Crane or her family or little Ethan. You name it. Something always comes up for her to call on.
Maybe before, but...
You cannot deny she always calls on you. Come on. And gee, I wonder who that is. No, please, go ahead, answer it. I cannot wait to see what Teresa's come up with now. I mean, she's had at least, what, a half an hour for some new life and death drama to pop up.
It's just a coincidence that the phone started ringing when you were going on a rant against Teresa, okay?
Oh, no, trust me, it's her. Go on.
Hello?
Ethan, it's urgent that I see you.
Julian, what's wrong?
There's a problem with little Ethan. I want you to come to the mansion immediately.
Julian wants to see me.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Gwen and I will be on our way as soon as we can.
Thank you. Little Ethan is my son, too, and I'm entitled to spend time with him, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
That's the brandy that you've had too much of talking, Julian. Tomorrow when you're sober, you're not gonna give a damn about a baseball game or little Ethan.
You do seem a bit intoxicated, Mr. Crane.
Rubbish. Who the hell are you?
Jared Casey.
He's a friend of mine, Julian. Don't start in on him.
Oh, no, that's all right, Tess. I give as good as I get.
You shouldn't have to deal with him when he's like this, Jared. I shouldn't either, and little Ethan most of all.
I will not be denied, Teresa, tonight, tomorrow, or any bloody other time I want to see my son. If you continue to refuse me, I will see that you lose little Ethan altogether.
Never.
I know my rights. You either have to arrest me or release me. And since I'm not your perp, I suggest you take these bracelets off. They're not a real good look for me.
Something about this just isn't right. What are you doing?
Release, you know the law.
there
You
you
have
go.
no choice right now but to release Spike.
That's what I'm talking about. That is more like it. Thank you very much. Excuse me there, officer. Come here, honey. It's time for us to go celebrate, sweetie. Since I'm a free man again. Mwah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you may want to hold it there, sleazeball. Now that you're off the hook because you have Chris here as your alibi, I'm gonna be watching you. And if you make one false move, I'm coming down on you like a ton of bricks.
Well, I'm not worried because I didn't do anything wrong.
So you keep saying. But I'm gonna prove that you robbed the mansion and shot my mother, and then I'm gonna make sure you spend the rest of your life behind bars.
And you can't prove something that did not happen.
I'm sure there are other crimes you've committed.
Name one.
Well, how about all the Johns that were killed over the last year?
Hey, man, I wouldn't do with a guy even for money.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't, but your whores would. And then maybe you killed them afterwards for their money or to steal their identity.
No, you're 0 for 3. I still ain't done nothing wrong.
Yeah. Well, if I were you, I wouldn't leave town anytime soon.
Excuse me, sweetie. Listen, you keep busting my chops, And I'm gonna report you to my father-in-law for harassment. That's funny, huh?
Yeah. That again, huh?
Yeah, that again.
Come on,
Good luck.
Luis. Luis, we're done here. We should be going.
Hey, I'm the cop, you're the cadet. I say when we stay or go.
Yeah, what's the point in staying? We have no evidence to link Spike to the robbery or the shooting, and Spike has an alibi, so we can't arrest him now, no matter how much you want to.
Let's go. Jess, keep an eye on this one. It's bad news.
We should go too.
Oh, Chris, thank you so much for speaking out about seeing me at the fair. I thank you for that, brother. Thank you.
Just did what anyone in my position would do.
Good job. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, night, guys.
Can you believe that, Flatfoot? Just because I used to sell drugs and women, Officer Luis is convinced I try to blow away his mamacita. Oh, baby. Let's go upstairs and have some marital bliss, honey.
No, Spike, wait. There's something I don't understand.
What? What is it?
I haven't seen you all night. So if you were at the fair like Chris said, then how did you know I was attacked behind the lobster shack tonight? And how did you know to go thank Fancy for helping save me?
I cannot wait to make love to you, honey. Because those Johns has made you such a pro.
Hey, answer my question, Spike. How did you know I was attacked tonight if you were at the fair all evening?
Come here. Come here. Listen, sit down. Honey, Booth told me when I saw him at the fair, okay?
Chris? How did he know?
I don't know, babe. Maybe Luis or Fancy told him. Who knows?
Yeah, okay, well, that's the other thing. You went to the Crane Mansion to thank Fancy for helping to save me before you come home to check on me?
Honey, what is the big deal? Okay? You know, I heard you were okay, and I was just so stoked that I wanted to thank the people that helped you, honey. Listen to me. You know I love you so much, baby. Let's go upstairs and I want to show you, huh?
Yeah. You're saying that my mother is stable and sleeping now? All right. Thanks. Oh, will you just tell her that her son will be by as soon as he can, okay? All right. You know, I still can't believe that my mother is shot in one of the most heavily guarded mansions in the country. She could have been killed.
It makes what was stolen seem insignificant.
I'm telling you, Spike did it. And I might have him in custody if you hadn't stopped me from tripping him up.
Hey, don't blame me for Spike having an alibi. Or that there was no evidence to link him to the shooting or the burglary.
All right. All right, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just a little frustrated here.
So you'll start over fresh tomorrow and try to get evidence on Spike some other way.
All right, good. You're safe and sound. You get some rest, okay? You got another big day ahead of you tomorrow.
Yeah, you should get some rest too, Luis.
I will, as soon as I stop by the hospital just to see that my mother's okay.
No, Luis, don't. You're so worked up. You'll only agitate Pilar. Let your mother have her rest.
I just want to make sure that she's okay.
She will be. It's you that I'm worried about. You're never gonna get any sleep being this wound up.
Yeah, well, I just want to nail Spike, okay?
Well, it won't be easy. You heard Chris. He saw Spike at the fair.
Yeah. Yeah, so he said.
What, you don't believe Chris?
I don't know. Every once in a while, I just get a real bad vibe from that guy.
And don't you think that has to do with Chris being with Aunt Sheridan? Spike is the scum of the earth. He's a pimp. He's one of my grandfather's thugs. Why would Chris lie for him?
You can't bully me, Julian. Unfortunately for you, I am little Ethan's mother. Alistair adopted him when we were married, so you are out of luck. I call the shots when it comes to my son.
Well, you have up until now, you see, but that's about to change.
That seems a bit late to me.
No one asked you. I'm going to spend more time with my son. End of story.
And do what with him, Julian? Teach him to drink before his next birthday?
Don't be ridiculous.
Julian, what is going on here?
Oh, God, I should have known you were behind the reason Julian called us about little Ethan.
You're right. Teresa's being completely unreasonable.
About what?
I want to take little Ethan to the Red Sox game tomorrow in Boston. She won't hear of it.
Julian's been drinking again, Ethan. I'm not gonna let him take my son anywhere, especially not to a busy city like Boston.
I've had a couple of beers tonight. And the game's not till tomorrow. I'll be fine.
All right, listen. I can settle this. Would you ever drink while you had custody of little Ethan?
Oh, of course not.
There you go. Fine. Then I agree with Julian, all right? You are being unreasonable.
Dear Diary, Ethan took someone else's side over Teresa today.
I am not being unreasonable.
Yeah, Mr. Crane has had a bit too much to drink tonight.
Well, so what? I'm not driving, nor will I be tomorrow. That's what chauffeurs are for. And it's for you, mister. Why don't you shut up and mind your own business?
Don't talk to my friend in my house that way, Julian.
Oh, you're still on your little power trip, huh? Just to think your mother used to scrub my toilet.
Julian, go easy. Your mother was shot tonight, remember?
All right, I'm very sorry, Teresa. It's just so damn frustrating when you're so unreasonable.
I'm not being unreasonable.
Actually, you are being unreasonable. Julian has every right to see his son.
Julian has no rights when it comes to little Ethan.
Why would you say something like that? Julian is little Ethan's biological father. You better believe he has rights. Teresa, how can you say that Julian has no rights when it comes to little Ethan? He is his biological father, and it doesn't matter that Alistair made little Ethan his heir. You cannot prevent Julian from seeing his son, and no court will allow you to do that, by the way.
I don't want Julian taking my son to Boston. In fact, I forbid it.
Why?
Oh, never mind, Ethan. She's impossible to deal with when she gets like that. So, my dear, if you continue to be this unreasonable, I will be forced to have Ethan file a custody suit against you.
Fine. File it. I'll see you both in court.
Teresa, take it easy. What? Can't we find some middle ground here?
No, Ethan, we can't. And you know what? If Julian tries to take my son to Boston tomorrow, I'll just report that my son has been kidnapped.
You can't file a false police report.
Of course I can. I will play the Mrs. Crane card if I have to.
Do you see what I have to deal with?
Julian, I don't know why she's being so unreasonable. I think she knows that if we go to court, she will lose.
Well, I really don't have a clue what motivates Teresa, and frankly, I don't care. All I am concerned about is having my parental rights upheld.
And they will be. And I think Teresa knows that, too.
Yeah, but honey, why would she go to the mat for a lost cause? You know, unless it's not a lost cause to her.
What do you mean? I don't follow.
It's as if Teresa knows something that she's not telling the rest of us.
Okay, unless I'm missing something, I can't think of a reason why Chris would lie for Spike. Chris is a good man. He's a good father to James and a good husband to Sheridan. He would never give a drug-dealing pimp like Spike an alibi unless he had really seen him at the fair.
Yeah. No, you're right. I don't know why Chris would lie for Spike either.
Something wrong with your neck?
What? Oh, it just gets tense when I get stressed. Shoulders, too.
I know how to make you feel better.
How?
Here. Strip, and then follow me.
Chris, you seem upset.
Well, I am. You know, it just sickens me to think that somebody broke into the house and shot poor Pilar.
I know, I'm upset too. Especially for Pilar. But what happened tonight isn't your fault. You don't have the family's code, so you couldn't have handed it out. Maybe Julian gave it to Rebecca and she gave it to one of her escorts a while back. I mean, heaven only knows the morals of people like that. Or, God forbid, maybe one of Father's goons came back to plunder the mansion now that Father's gone. There's no telling who could have the code.
You know, you should speak to Julian about getting it changed. getting away tonight might embolden whoever is responsible for it to come back and have another go.
You're right. I'll speak to him first thing in the morning. Oh my God.
What?
Maybe Luis is right. Maybe tonight's intruder is the same person who shot you.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. I hadn't thought of that.
I mean, it makes sense. The person snuck onto the grounds and shot you and then snuck into the mansion and shot Pilar too. But who would do such a thing?
Okay, so when you got to the mansion to thank Fancy for helping me tonight, the police were already there.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm just so happy that Luis caught those creeps who attacked him before I got wind of it, because I swear, I would have torn those guys to pieces, honey.
I guess in your own way, you always have protected me.
That's right, baby, I have. Just like when I helped you clean up after those Johns that you killed, remember? I'm sorry, honey. Hey, but can you give me a beer?
Yeah, sure, Spike.
Thanks, honey. Light beer. I love the smell of fresh green money. There's lots more where that came from. The Spike Man finally has everybody where he wants them. That wifey Jess, Chief Sammy, Officer Luis, and that bad, bad boy Chris. I'm gonna pull a few more strings. And I'm gonna be one very, very rich man.
Oh, damn Teresa for being so unreasonable. Little Ethan is my son. He's my flesh and blood. I have every right to be part of his life.
And Teresa's gonna learn that the hard way when a court rules in your favor.
You know, she was just as difficult with Jane. She forced Ethan to go to court so he could be a part of his daughter's life.
Teresa's new little sidekick, Jimmy. He didn't help matters much, did he? Sticking his nose into family business that doesn't concern him. How long before he leaves Harmony?
Well,
anyway?
Jared's plans have changed. Apparently, he's not going anywhere anytime soon, thanks to Teresa.
Yes, Teresa, thank you.
Julian takes me to court over little Ethan. I'll be forced to bury him, and trust me, I've got enough dirt to do it.
Well, how Mrs. Crane of you.
I'm sorry, Jarrett. But when it comes to my son, all bets are off.
What about Ethan? What if he represents Julian?
I don't know. We'll just see how things go. The bottom line is no one knows what I have sacrificed for my son to head Crane Industries one day, including Ethan. And if he does anything to jeopardize that, I'll crush Ethan, along with Julian.
Well, thank you, baby. Oh, honey, you look so bummed. Yeah. Come, sit down, baby. Come here. Tell Spike Man what's wrong, honey. What's wrong, baby? What's wrong?
I've just been thinking about what Luis said. How he plans to take another look at those Johns who were murdered.
Come on.
What if he finds out I'm the one who killed them? I was so spaced out on those smiley face stickers, I don't remember.
Honey?
But who else could it be?
Honey, look. I don't want you to worry about Deputy Dog, okay, sweetie? Because you know what? I'm gonna keep you out of trouble, sweetie.
How?
Oh, honey. You need to relax, sweetheart. Because your loving husband, he has his ways.
We should remember to pray for Pilar, that she makes a full recovery.
Yeah, I will.
Life is so fragile. Earlier tonight, Pilar was having fun at the fair, and now she's fighting for her life. Luis won't rest until he makes an arrest.
You know, speaking of Luis, he and Fancy were amazing together, weren't they?
What?
Dancing at the fair together. They looked so, I don't know, natural. Looked like they've been doing it for a lifetime.
It's true. Luis and Fancy make quite a couple.
Yeah, Luis might not have got his man tonight, but he certainly got his woman.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Finally starting to relax a little bit.
Here, let me help.
Yeah. That's even better.
Lean back.
Hey, Gwen, you belong with little Ethan and Jane and Teresa.
I'm offering you the executive position that you interviewed for.
Do you know something about Sheridan's husband that the rest of us don't?